TikTok. Let me ask you a question. Why are you following the God that I'm telling you about? Why don't you get to know him yourself? I'm gonna make this video short and sweet. Look, man, I got a friend of mine who was all involved in the church, all involved with my ministry, other ministries. He was all involved with Bible study and everything. Just get a phone call from him the other day, or a friend of mine tells me that he calls him up and he's all excited about the Freemasons. He's like, yo, bro, these guys really know about God, and you need to check them out and stuff like that. Nah, man, I don't need to check them out. This is who I need to check out right here. God, that's who I need to check out. I've said it time and time before. Man, why you believe in everything that I'm telling you here on this video? How do you know that the God I'm talking about is the same God from the Bible? It's not about religion, it's about a relationship. Do you have a relationship with Jesus Christ, the Son of God? Do you know him? Do you really know him, or do you just know about him? You know, my wife works for the government, and all the people, she spends 12, 14 hours a day with these ladies, right? So they all know my wife, but I know my wife. I know her personally. I know her intimately, right? I know her better than what they know her. They know all about her, but I know my wife. I know her character. I know her dreams, her hurts, her pains, her aspirations. I know my wife and her character. Now, if I go to the job site and one of those girls come up on me and they're like, yo, you know, your wife, you know, maybe they don't know it's my wife, but they're like, hey, you know, Marie, she's like this, and she sits in the office, she don't ever do nothing, and she always complains, and she cusses people out, and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna sit back and go, hold on, cat, hold on. Wait a minute. I don't know who you talking about, but that ain't the Marie that I know. That ain't my wife. I know my wife. And that person you're talking about, I don't know who that person is. I don't know if you're lying about that person, or maybe you misunderstood that person, or you're just making this person up in your mind. But that ain't who I know, right? When you have other people come and talk to you about God and tell you about God, listen, there ain't nothing wrong with that, because that's what I'm doing right here. I'm telling you about God. But in the same time, I'm also saying, look, bro, don't follow me. Don't listen to what I say. Take what I say and put it up against what God says about himself. If I sit there and go, yo, this cat's like this and like that, all right, bet, word, I understand what you're saying. All right, man, I'll check you later. Go to that person. Be like, yo, God, are you like that? Are you like that the way that God said? Will you save my life? Do you love me so much that you actually sent your son to die for me? Like, I can't believe that, man. I need to hear it from you. I need to hear it from the horse's mouth. That guy told me some wild, crazy things, man, and I don't know what to think about it. So go to God. Stop believing what other people tell you about God. How do you know they're talking about the same God, right? And when you get to heaven, Matthew 7:21 is going to say it to your face. He's going to be like, listen, I don't know who you are. We don't know each other. We never had a relationship. You knew a lot about me from listening to other people. I'm going to tell you, you didn't know me personally. So get out of my house, man. You don't belong here. You're not part of the family. You got to go. You need to go to your real father, Satan. He didn't want to believe and understand me either. So go be with him, because we don't know each other like that. You know, and I'm going to tell you something. The one thing that's drove me crazy in my life, again, 8th grade education, dropped out of the 9th grade in 2 weeks because I was already making $1,500 a week in the 9th grade selling drugs. School was in my way. I ain't got time for school. I need to make money, right? I can sit there and read a book and read a book and read a book 10 times and not understand it. The best thing I like to do is be like, bro, you read this, and then after you figure it out, you could come and tell me and explain to me in my level of what this is about and teach me about it. Let me tell you something. We have all different type of translations. I use the CSB. It's a mixture of word for word and language of today, kind of right down the middle. Some of y'all got a high school, college education. You can understand the ESV. Some of us maybe didn't even get to high school or junior high. Maybe got a 6th grade, 7th grade education, right? Maybe the NLT is a good way for you to start to get to know God. Whatever it is, by any means possible, man, stop listening to what people say God is. Go to him personally. Get it from him. He will change your life. These people will get you, me, I'll get you on the road. My job is to point to you to him. I'm here to say, hey, this is who saved my life. This is who saved my life. Wasn't that preacher, wasn't that evangelist, wasn't that deacon at church, and it wasn't no church. They pointed me to the direction of God. He's the one that saved my life. He's the one who rescued me from the depths of hell. So stop taking my word for it. You can take my advice, but I'm begging you and I'm pleading to you as a man of God. Pick up the word today, man. Get into the Bible. God says, if you honestly seek me, you will find me. He's going to test you. You ain't going to understand nothing when you start reading. A year, 2, 3, 5, it starts growing and growing. I wish I had a cup with me right now, but I was showing a cup to my kids this morning. I don't even know where my cup is, but I was showing a cup to my kids this morning, and I put that much water in the bottom of the cup, and it had that much air. I wish I knew what it was at, but I told them, when you fill that cup up with more water, naturally, by physics, less air comes in that cup, right? More water pushes the air out. The more Christ in your cup, in you, pushes your old self out. The more you fill yourself up with God, the less you have of you. And to the point where you are totally sanctified, when you're standing in front of him, and the day that you take your last breath, when he looks at you, he doesn't see Chad, he sees Jesus. On the cross, when Jesus died, he saw Chad dying on the cross. But now when he sees me, he sees his son Jesus in me. Hope that helped you out today. Bro, gals, whoever, get into the word. Stop listening to other people. Get it from the horse's mouth. No disrespect. Peace.